Hello! Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a small little Sephora haul for you. When I go to Sephora, I don't go, well, I do go ham I suppose, but not as ham as like those beauty gurus that buy like 10 bags worth of stuff because I can't afford that. So I usually tend to pick up like 2 items when I go, but I don't know why I wanted to splurge this time, so I picked up a couple things. And I've tried some of them, but I've put them back in the boxes so I can show you what everything looks like with the packaging. And then I can also give you my honest opinion on what I think about the ones that I've tried. I think I've tried a little bit. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's start out with this new palette that I got. This is the second Tartelette palette by Tarte, and this is the Tartelette in Bloom. I own the original Tartelette, and I like that one a lot, but it is a cool toned palette. And up until about 2 years ago, I was really into cool tones, and now I like more towards warm tones. So this is actually a warm toned palette. I didn't think I'd actually buy this. I was kind of like, I have all these colors anyways, but you know when you have like an itching for a palette and you don't know what one to get, this seemed like a safe bet for me. So this is what it looks like. Whoop, this is what it looks like. And the colors are gorgeous. The mattes, it's mostly matte. It's got like 3 shimmers. The mattes perform absolutely beautifully. They blend so well and they're super pigmented. The shimmers, these top 2 are gorgeous and perform very well. My only issue is the shade Funny Girl, which is like your typical champagne shade that you would go to on like a natural makeup day. You really want it to work, but in this palette it's just super dry and flaky, which is really unfortunate. It's not creamy at all, so when I apply it I tend to spritz my brush with Fix Plus so you can use water, and then it helps it get a little bit more emollient and easier to put on the eye. But yeah, that was my only bummer about this, because it's like, if you're gonna make a palette, make sure that the staple lid shade is perfect. I mean, you can screw up on like a couple of the other ones, but you gotta make sure that lid shade is perfect, because that's the one that everyone tends to go to when they're like, okay, I need to make an eyeshadow look right now. What am I going to use? I'm going to use a champagne shade on my lid because I don't want to go too dark today. But yeah, overall the palette's really pretty, and I'm traveling this week, so I'll probably bring this with me. But yeah, if you're looking for a warm toned palette with mattes that perform super well, definitely try this one out. Picked up another one of my NARS creamy concealers, and I'm a cheap bitch, so I picked up the smaller size because it's like 40 bucks for the full size of the concealer, which is a little bit painful. And I was like, well, since I'm buying so much, maybe I'll just get the smaller size. But we all know I'm going to have to go pick up the bigger size soon anyways. But this is my, oh my god, it looks so dinky on camera. This is one of my favorite concealers. I switch between this one and the MAC Pro Longwear. And I ran out of my full size, so like I said, I am too cheap to pick up the bigger size right now. But I probably will have to. I really want to try the Tarte Shape Tape, what everyone's freaking out about. But of course, they don't sell it in Canada. I think it's only at Ulta from, I'm not sure. But I think it's only on the Tarte website and at Ulta, and I don't have Ulta in Canada, so yeah, I don't know when they're gonna start selling it in Canada. If they're gonna start selling it in Canada, I guess we'll see. But NARS creamy concealer, and for reference, I'm in the shade Vanilla. So next, I picked up a new powder, which is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I had originally picked up a second, or like a new container of the Tarte, this is my old container, the Tarte Smooth Operator. It's the powder that I use the NARS Crystallized, and then I just ran out of the Laura Mercier, and then I had this one that I just ran out of. But I don't know, I picked it up because I was like, okay, I need a new powder. Should I just get the same one that I had? This isn't a bad powder, but the container is crap. It doesn't screw on properly, so traveling with it is awful. And it kind of is like a little baby powdery. Not like the smell, but it's just very dusty. And the smell is a little bit dusty, but it's not a big deal to me. But I mean, it's an okay powder. But when I looked at the price, it was like 40, I returned it the other day and I got like 45, 48 back, and I was like, holy crap. The fact that I spent that much on a powder. So if I was gonna spend that much on a powder, I wanted to pick something up that was really worth it. So I've heard a lot of good things about this Cover FX powder, and I've used it already. It's so far so good. With me, I have super oily skin, so I don't care if it's gonna be a $200 powder. It's not gonna keep my oil away. This one is slightly tinted, which is nice, and it shrinks your pores, and you know, it keeps my oil at bay as best it can, because nothing can keep my oil at bay. So yeah, I would recommend, I don't know, if you have oily skin, I would pick this up. It's a really nice powder, and what I read on the reviews is that it doesn't have flashback, which I don't really take a lot of pictures with flash on. Excuse me. I also picked up another one because I ran out of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I like the original formula. I will always stick by the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I've tried Too Faced. Too Faced is fine, like it works too, but I always prefer the Primer Potion. So this actually has a doe foot applicator now. It's funny because like I rarely go through eyeshadow primer because you only need so little. So the last one I had was like a squeeze tube. This one is a squeeze tube, but it didn't have like the wand with it, so changed packaging a little bit, probably a couple years ago, because I haven't needed a primer since. Next, one of the most exciting things, and I actually didn't get this one from Sephora, I got this one from Shoppers because it's sold out. These are sold out everywhere on Sephora, and I was like, who goes and buys makeup at Shoppers? Not me, so maybe they'll have some. And they did. These are the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with these. Obsessed is an understatement. I think about them all day, every day. I'm like, ooh, I want to put glitter on. Ooh, I'm at work, I want to put glitter on. Oh, they're so gorgeous, and I think just the fact that someone came up with this is so smart. It saves you, so it's $31 Canadian a piece, which is a lot. But it basically saves you putting on an eyeshadow and a glitter, and it's basically an eyeshadow and a glitter in one. These have, one of them that I tried was more so glitter, but these do have a lot of pigment behind them, and it's very interesting because you will swatch it, and I can show you a swatch in a second, and you'll see, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera, but you'll see the eyeshadow pigment and the glitter on top. It's so awesome. So let me open one of these up. So I have this shade Kitten Karma and Smoldering Satin. So actually, I'll zoom you in, and I have it on my eyes today. Whoop. So as you can see, it's super glittery, and just, you can see, hopefully you kind of see the pigment behind it. But I wore the satin one the other day, and that was gorgeous as well. Today, this one is the Kitten Karma shade. Just let me open one of them up. So it comes in a little tube like this. It's got a doe foot applicator, which is super easy to use. And then, let me get closer. As you can see, like, just, that's insane. No, don't focus on my face, focus on this. It's so shiny and so glittery, and if I look at it in the right light, you can see the eyeshadow pigment behind it. So if you can get your hands on these, I would highly suggest picking at least one up. They're so cool, and the formula is so awesome. And it lasts all day. Glitter sometimes transfers a little bit above my crease, but regardless, it comes off so easily with water, and for like a glitter, naturally glitter will usually transfer anyway, so it does last all day. And yeah, I would highly recommend picking these ones up. So last but not least, I have two lipsticks that I grabbed. One is by Bite Beauty, and it's the Amuse Bouche lipstick. I have 3 in this formula already, and this is one of my favorite lipstick formulas. It's a cream formula, but has such good lasting power. It's not super moisturizing, but it's also not drying. So the shade that I picked up is Pepper. And I'll show you a swatch of it. Oh Lord. So it shows up a little bit more red on camera, but it is a kind of rosy brown shade, my typical go-to shades. And I've worn this one for a little bit and I love it. It performs just like the other lipsticks, which is great. I love it when a brand can be consistent with their products and their formulas. You know, you'll try like a lipstick from one brand and you'll be so in love with it, and then, you know, you buy another shade thinking it's gonna be the same and it just doesn't perform as well. So good job, Bite, on keeping a consistent formula. I got another lipstick and this is from Tarte. It's their lip paints. And I've been kind of straying away from matte liquid lipsticks just because they're so drying, and it's kind of a bitch to keep track of them during the day. With that Bite lipstick, I can put it on and, you know, I can reapply it after lunch and I'm good to go. I don't have to sit and worry about like, oh, is it cracking? Like, where is it? Do I have like a huge line from fading? So I decided to bite the bullet and try this one on because I really like the shade. And this one is great. I've heard the formula from the other ones aren't that good, but this one, which is the shade Bestie, which I think is their best seller in this lipstick, is such a pretty nude color, and yeah, it performs really well. It lasts all day. I mean, it's a liquid lipstick, so it's going to anyways. So that is it right there. Again, it's going to show up a little bit more red on camera, but it is a terracotta nude, I would say. It shows up a little bit lighter on my lips than on my hand, I find, you know, because just your natural body chemistry can change lipstick slightly. But yeah, in general, it's just like a terracotta nude, and I would recommend this if you're looking for a new liquid lipstick shade. There's so many on the market these days. I mean, brands are coming out with them left, right, and center. So I know Tarte, yeah, I've heard this one is the best performing one out of the lip paint series. But if you can get your hands on it, then try it out if you need a nude, you know. Anyways, that is all I bought at Sephora. I know I don't have like a whack load. Like, that is all I have for today. Oh, I'll watch like other beauty gurus haul a bunch of Sephora stuff and it's like, oh my god, you have a box of like 50 items. But for us mere mortals, this is what I could pick up at Sephora. But anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Just a fair warning, or just remember this now. If you swatch the Tarte lipstick on your hand, like the top one, don't swatch it on your hand because you will not get it off for 2 days. I kid you not. I will go wash my hand and I will show you. It's insane, and it'll come off your lips, but it will not come off your hands. 1 second. My hand, as you can see, the other two came off. The Tarte one doesn't, and it will not move for 2 days. So don't swatch it on your hand. Swatch it on like your foot or something. Ooh, don't swatch it on your foot in Sephora. Just don't swatch it on your hand. Just believe me and get the color Bestie. Don't not believe me and swatch it on your hand.